I talked about this yesterday with my new friend, Casey Neistat, dude. I'm like, Casey, who's doing the artist side well? Like, who is the quintessential? They don't give a shit about views. They're just like creating to create. He's like,
I know what he's gonna say.
might sound kind of corny, but nobody but one person.
One.
You know that one person?
It's. Oh, he's been saying that for 2 years. Welcome back to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about entrepreneurship, self-development, challenging norms. We're blocking in the intro. For those of us who don't know at home, that is a body movement where you block the things you don't want to see because you're scared. Your body wants to fight. And,
Dude, part of the
hook.
problem with this, because we do blocking of the camera, a different type of blocking. That I don't know why we started doing that. It's just a little giddy thing we do. But I can't see my mug until I show up right now. Now I'm looking at myself. I'm like, that's pretty beat. Really tough.
Hey,
to see.
I'm trying a different part today, and it's not going so great.
Dude, you don't have much to work with.
I'm trying to go part right there. Pop, I'll say what I
That's-
can hear from your end is a lot of echo. That's a new
Can you hear
studio.
echo? I
That's
can
a new
hear echo
studio.
too, dude. Is this gonna be terrible audio?
No, dude, it's great. It's great. We're here for the content, not the audio. I just met 2 fans of the pod. That's who I was meeting with. Shout out
Content
Zach and
is
Noah.
the audio, baby. Sorry. You met fans of the pod?
Yeah, Zach and Noah. Shout out. They were sick college students building shit, probably way further ahead than us because they can build shit.
Dude, I'm building a sick landing page right now, let me tell you.
Are ya?
Wow. I've never actually spoken out loud, and it's scaring me, this echo.
Let's see it. Move away from the screen for the folks on YouTube.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
dude.
the
Let me give you guys a
368
tour.
Broadway. Beanbag?
Yeah. So if you see here, this is actually my desk. Because this is what the people want. They want to know what my desk looks like.
Yeah.
That's our other friend Zach's desk. I'm at Hunter's desk. That's the technical podcast studio. But why am I not shooting in there? Because I didn't want to turn on the lights. I didn't want to turn on the
There he
lights.
is. Had all day. Didn't want to turn on the lights. Hey, Pop,
There's
what
a
are we
lot
talking
up
about?
there.
What are we talking about?
You
We're
know
at the
what we should
drop
be
off
talking
where
about?
80% of people are going to leave. 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
I don't care. I'm committed to getting 200 views for the rest of the time, dude.
No, 700.
You know what? I talked about this yesterday with my new friend, Casey Neistat, dude. We're friends, dude. I sent you the video. We went to was it Big Dong, Big Wong, something?
Big Wong.
Something that sounds like a big schlong. And over our lunch conversation, because he works right kind of through that door, and then like a little bit
Around
to the
the
right.
corner.
Right around the corner. So he'll just check in. He asks if you want lunch. You being me, and Dylan says yes, and the boys say yes. We go and get it. And he's talking about this issue of views, because he's like, he's really just venting. He's like, I want to do
The age
short
old.
form, but I don't care about views. Like, I'm doing short form because I want them to find like those cool nuggets, not like the clickbaity thing or like that thing that's gonna jazz everyone up, like the polarizing thing. He doesn't give a shit about that. He likes like the artistic side of shorts. So he wants
He's
to do
an
that.
artist.
Yeah, he's an artist, and he's venting. He's like, dude, you can't be the artist and the businessman at the same time. Like, he was talking about Dan Mace and how he worked with Dan, and like Dan was just mentally terrorized because he couldn't get views. Like, his channel never grew, and we talked about this, like watching it from the sidelines. And he's like, dude, I don't want to turn into that. I'm like,
Mentally
Like Casey.
terrorized, huh?
Casey, can't you just like do a really good first 30 seconds and then be an artist for the rest? He's like, no, dude. What do you think? I'm gonna say, hi, I'm Casey Neistat, and I'm about to jump off this building. Like, he's like, dude, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe a title and a thumbnail, but nothing beyond that. And it was just,
I bet he'd do it if he saw how well it worked.
I
That's the
know.
thing.
I think
I didn't want to do any of this. I didn't want to
No.
do any of this. And here we are with a podcast that doesn't do any of it
well,
for the art.
wait till the thumbnail is just like me.
No, dude. Dolly
Right.
generated now.
Dolly
Dolly generated thumbnails.
dude.
Magic
Outsource
cat
the
riding a
team mentality.
rocket.
No, so what was cool there? I was gonna, dude. The 6 p.m. pods are really tough. We gotta find a
Pop,
different time, but
you gotta quit blocking, Pop.
I had like a lot of. I was gonna tell that whole thing as like an interesting story, like how I felt, because I'm like, Casey's looking at me in the eyes. Do I look at him back? And it was like that sort of thing. But no, just know I was tweaking in my head every time I talked to him.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw,
Just-
and then you can tell the viewers what happened. You sent me a video of you guys in front of Big Wong Restaurant, and it's Hunter going, Big Wong Restaurant, and then he pans over, and first you see your friend Zach, who's like, meh. And then he pans over and you see Casey Neistat. That's Casey Neistat. And he's like, that's my favorite restaurant. And then he pans over to you. And what do you tell him, Pop?
Sweet.
Sweet. So that's the crew.
Dude, that's a sick
Nice.
crew. Yeah, no, we're bad to the bone. But yeah, dude, Chinatown's sick. Casey was sick.
No, Pop.
I did ask him.
Yeah.
like-
You got to tell me what actually happened.
I asked him, I'm like, hey, Casey, all right, because you shot down my first 30 seconds thing. Granted, I think he thinks that first 30 seconds means Mr. Beast yelling into a camera, but that's fine. He's old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Casey, who's doing the artist side well? Like, who is the quintessential? They don't give a shit about views. They're just like creating to create. And he's like, might
I know
sound
what he's
kind
gonna
of corny,
say.
but nobody but one person.
One.
Yeah. You know that one person?
It's his brother, isn't it?
My brother Van.
Oh, he's been saying that for 2 years. He's been saying it since he made a video about his brother Van. And it's true. It's true, dude. Oh my God. Van had a video yesterday, his 10 principles for travel.
Mm.
That dude's an artist, let me tell you.
Dude.
There was a surprise. So every story he says has to have a surprise. That makes it a story. There was a surprise on the 10th point. Art.
Dude,
Almost shed a
look at
tear.
this. Well, what was cool is he's like, yeah, the dude doesn't get many views, but those people that do view are exactly like, because I brought you up. I'm like, yeah, my buddy Henry would like drive across the country to see Van if he could hang out. It's like, yeah, that's the sort
I
of
did.
audience he has. And
I did, dude.
right. And he's like, dude, if brand deals try and come and work with him, he can charge like 5 times as much as I could charge for the same amount of views, just because people love him. So yeah, it's a funky balance. And then Casey was just venting about having to edit this video, and it's just interesting to hear I'm kind of spooked. Like, I don't want to, like, I guess I'm not revealing things, but I get kind of like, I don't want to be like outing.
Oh, the super
out
fan.
conversation.
Hey, you don't
Hey,
have
dude,
to,
only
Pop.
for that's why we like 200 views, because the people that are here are really, it's not gonna go viral. What did we want to talk about, dude? I don't know what these podcasts are really. I really don't.
The guys I met with, I was like, do you have any idea what's going on in the podcast? They're like, a little bit. He's like, the one thing though is, I do pick up on some of the terms you guys use. He's like, I'll go to my buddy Zach and I'll just be like, I'm radicalizing when they're talking about like business
really?
and stuff. He's like, yeah, like I'm radicalizing. And I'm
I
like,
that.
oh, are you going to
I
write
wanna
it down?
Write that down, but I don't have a pen. Yeah, that's what this other guy Zach, who working with him, he has Behavior Hack, sick. It's like a million followers now on Instagram. But he's like, dude, you just gotta brand your terms, like radicalizing or dirt or
Bink.
Come on, list
Bink
of
and
two.
Binky.
List of two.
List of
dude,
two.
Bink.
It's a list of 3. You're welcome.
Oh, there's my pen, dude. My pen.
Well, yeah,
was
so
hidden.
I was explaining to these guys what Bink means, and they're like, oh, that didn't come from somewhere else. I was like, no, these are original terms that used to mean something, but have now been spun into like meaninglessness.
Dude, it's the evolution.
So you just got to
of the
figure them
human
out.
language.
They are what you want them to be. They
So
thought
yeah,
Bink
maybe
had to do with poker. I was like, no.
Dude,
No.
good luck. There's gonna be like a Wikipedia entry that's like originated from poker, but we know the truth. No, dude, no one's gonna write Wikipedia because this gets 200 views. What are we
Give
doing?
me a thread.
What did I want to talk about, dude? I wanted to talk about something.
Dude,
we're selling
this
our
is-
own products. We're selling our own products,
Oh,
dude.
That's a thread.
That's sick.
That's
Um,
a thread.
No, this pod is. What is this pod? It's a diary, I guess. It's a diary. Oh no, dude, I'm radicalizing. I'm spinning, dude. I'm spinning. I'm questioning everything. Why do people want to hear my voice right now? They don't. No one does, dude. I'm going crazy. Okay, so here's the thing.
This is what happens when Dylan works one day 9 to 5, and it's you see why I check out at 5:30. I've shut down. I shut it all down because post work before sleep hours are prime radicalized time. You got to be careful. Here you are live on the air, wondering what your voice is.
It feels. It's kind of a bummer because I'm the one responsible for the agenda, so I have no one to blame but myself. But like, I think about MFM, and I'm like, oh, I like MFM's vibe. Like, they're really fun, they're entertaining, but they also have an agenda, and it's a pretty good one. So that's probably why it works. And working is like 10,000 views on YouTube, so that's our reach goal apparently.
The gentleman's agreement. Subscribe.
No, dude,
hey, that's an inside joke. Well, what I think we should do is I think we should shoot this consistently. Here, we're gonna do it live on the air, twice per week, Tuesday, Thursday, not at 6 p.m. Pop.
No.
And I think it needs to have a loose format or agenda, such that. Oh, and it's got to have a banging first 30 seconds.
Dude, I got my pin.
Have it. Have it.
I looked at the agenda, cut right in, dude. I have my pin. I threw it in the trash, but money's hitting my bank account, dude. I'm stoked.
For the listeners, I was trying to have a legitimate brainstorm there. The pin is the Google AdSense pin that YouTube sends you when you can monetize on their platform, and it's to confirm your address and confirm your bank details. And yours has been missing for 4 months. Oh, no.
Sorry, dude. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, no, it's been missing for 4 months. I just saw echo cancellation is an option here, but it won't let me select it. So I got really excited.
Oh, it's too late because we already started rolling.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
dude, don't worry.
Whoever
edits this, if they run your audio through Adobe's AI voice master, won't even know that you're in a big studio that's yours. Dude, next to Casey.
I might not release this episode. It's really driving me up the wall. But I got my pin. It's been months. I've been teetering on the edge of $0 in my bank account. So now I finally got like I think $3,000 hit yesterday, another 15 tomorrow, and then
they'll come right in, huh?
They're coming right in immediately.
Wow.
So that's been sick, dude. I was really worried, and now I can pay for the studio because this is $2,000 a month to me. So that's cool, dude. But I got one short out in February. So, but one short out. That's a problem, right? One short. Still got 35 million views. Still got 35.
Oh, on your whole channel.
Yeah, dude.
For the month.
It's kind of nice when you don't have
but Pop,
to
look at the last 28 days, Pop. I looked this morning when I pointed out that you did one short in February.
Oh, did you look? I haven't looked. In
last 28 days. It's like this, Pop.
That's good, no? That's going up and to the right.
It's like this, Pop.
Oh,
down,
no,
down, and
dude, the teeter tot, dude.
I don't know which way I'm coming across on your screen, but it goes down and to the right, down and to the right.
Dude, I thought that was sick. I was like, this is why our business has been so shitty because Henry doesn't know which way is the right direction.
No, don't come at me. 57 in December.
No, wait till you see this copy, dude. Yeah, so I'm writing the website because that's what we sell now. And
new positioning.
Right.
We actually took a look inside of our business for once, and we realized that the power users, the absolute power users that scale with us and never ever have issues to bring up to us, their businesses, their startups, their VCs. Yeah. And because we're businessmen, some would say, entrepreneurs, we gotta zone in on that.
We tried to play this role of like, hey, we're gonna give you the full suite, the whole package of video editors plus our patented strategy. Which turns out you don't want to patent that because it's a pile of crap. So people came in, bought it for a lot of money, and then it didn't work. And they're like, can I at least get the editors? And they're like, you know what? We're just going to sell the editors. And so that's what we do now. And we have our customers building our products for us. Like one of them, Cody Sanchez. Today we
Okay,
kind
so-
of like blasted. Yeah.
Yeah,
take a moment.
so what I just described is our business as it exists today. Successful business does $1.5 million a year. But then what do we realize?
Oh, that's top line too.
Support
Bottom line is
top
like
line.
negative.
Negative
that.
120. Negative 120 was bottom line last year. Support Shepherd, right? We hear about their business model, and their business model is they're a headhunter for folks you can hire overseas. They're going to find them for you. If you hire them, if they match you, you pay them a third of that person's yearly salary. It's like $3 or $4 grand. And we heard they are printing cash. And you know who's not printing cash? These guys. Negative 120 last year. We actually are printing cash, but yeah, we make a lot of content too. So
Whatever you gotta tell yourself. 1 in February.
That's when we were like, oh, no, here's what it was, Pop. We're like,
Yeah.
we have this business. It runs well. Every time we hire, we only take like 1% of people onto our team in-house, clipped. We're like, we got a lot of byproducts. What about those 99% of portfolios that we're out here vetting, putting our energy into, and then we just throw out at the end of the day because we don't hire them? Package them up and sell them, baby. Byproducts. Sell them right off,
dude.
with the Support Shepherd model.
Well,
And
this is
when we
what I
match
like.
them, we make some money. And then let's talk about how we tested that in 12 hours.
Yeah, dude. Look at that. Two birds think like the same stone. So what I like is if you look at Peter levels.io on Twitter, he's big about launching. I was gonna have a list of his products, but I don't really know them off like Nomad.
Watch it
List
with the
and,
list of one.
List. He has products like
List of
Nomad
one.
List. But when he's testing something, like he wanted to test this face AI something.
Avatar.io, maybe.
Yeah. It basically makes like a bunch of nice portraits of yourself with AI. And so he wanted to test this fast. He's like, rather than build the whole product and the website, let me just put out a link basically like, hey, if you want to buy 30 portraits that look like this, you can buy it. Or not the exact example, but that's effectively what he'd do with everything. So he just puts out the Stripe link, which is just like what you use to buy with a credit card. He's like, hey, if anyone wants this exact product, just pre-order it here. And then he gets the demand. And I think he retweeted someone else who was doing this too. They did the same thing. They sent out a Stripe link and they're like, hey, pre-order it here. And the guy sent it to his audience, and in 2 hours he didn't get any orders, or he got like 2 orders.
It was Pat. Starter story. Pat Walls. Pat.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah, he
Was
sold a pre-order to a course that doesn't exist. It's like $99. Hey, buy this pre-order and you'll get first access to my course. By the way, it's going to be double the price when I finally launch it.
Right.
What did he make? He made a bunch of money off it, or at least
Yeah.
enough to validate the idea.
Right. So that's where it's like, I think back to Smart Nonsense. Oh, we got to do the 2022 recap, dude.
Do we? February 21st.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be a big February, dude. We're going to, the tail end.
I'm
release
just-
a lot.
I'm just happy I got you back from the brink because it was dark about 6 minutes ago. And
no, it's
you
still
look
dark,
good.
dude. I'm still scared to go on Slack and
You look
and
good.
be in there.
No, yeah.
Okay. So what I wanted to say was we basically got to $1 million in revenue without buying a website. Like, literally just running a Notion page, which I honestly prefer to our current website, and we reference a lot. So that got us to $1 million. And then looking at so many people, like our friend started crushing it, but like he bought this, I don't know, really expensive, like several $1,000 domain name immediately, and like basically weeks into starting his agency. And I'm like, my other friend is doing the same thing. Like they start with the website, and I'm like, dude, just sell the product. Sell the product.
Yeah, they're starting with the brand building.
Yeah.
They're crushing it. Like Hunter's website is bare bones. He's just fielding emails. And crushing
no,
it.
I'm talking. Sorry, multiple Hunters, multiple Zachs, multiple everything.
There's many.
Hunter Weiss, whose desk I'm in.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know, but I'm saying, at least for what we're talking about, he didn't go build out this like crazy landing page, one pager. He got an expensive domain, yes, but the thing just There he is. There he
Nice,
is.
dude. These are
There he
sick.
is.
These are really sick pods.
There he is.
So basically the point is, let's try and sell this product, which we think might work, before even building our website around it. So what do? We blast pretty much everyone. Well, Henry, you did this, but like, hey, I did one out of like the 20 people. But
One out of
people
20.
that are current clients or canceled because it was too expensive or some
Well,
reason.
bingo. It's that.
Oh.
It's mostly that. Folks that canceled with us because they couldn't justify paying $4,000 a month recurring.
Right.
We hit up all those people.
If you're a creator that wants to create in the long term, which we still ideally want to work with because we like anyone long-term minded, but if it's the long term, then you really don't want to pay a high rate for a long period of time. You'd rather just take an upfront cost and then pay the low rate over time. So basically we're like, hey, for all you people, what if we just charged you $5,000 and gave you one of these awesome people that we've already vetted and we just haven't personally hired, but they're great and they could work on your team. They're almost as good as our current team. And now we're getting bites, we're getting nibbles from a bunch of these people that are, well, not even nibbles, like people like saying, I will
3 out of 10.
Yeah.
3 out of 10 said very interested and gave us like, this is what I want the product to look like, X, Y, and Z. We're like, hey, that sounds great. You're like literally telling us what you want this thing to be. It doesn't exist. 3 are like, no, not at the moment. Kind of softs, but we'll keep in mind in the future. 3 already had editors, but it's like, hey, that's enough to validate.
Right. So it's like, okay, there's demand for this. You see Support Shepherd, they're literally crushing like $350,000 in profit a month, something like that. So it's like, that's their model and it's working. Let's just try that model. It seems like 30% is a pretty sweet hit rate. And then that allows us to hit the, like, I'm kind of writing the copy now of like 2 tiers where we have the clipped basic, which is what we're talking about. It's like, hey, you just pay $5,000 and we're going to give you an editor. Then you pay them, say, like $1,000 a month and you save money. That's for like your creators or like your bootstrappers or whatever. I forget the third item on the list. 2 out of 3. That works.
2 out of 3. Oh, and wait, so that'll cost a creator like $17,000 a year, as opposed to if they came to what we currently do, our subscription would cost them like $50,000 a year.
Right.
It's like much more doable.
60.
Oh, and it's going up to 60. Prices only go up.
But it's like, yeah, for all these creators, like even the biggest creators that we know, they're always nickel and diming. They're always like worried about, is it 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000? It's like every bit matters. Versus we look at our other companies, that's the keyword, companies. We look at our other people that have signed up. They're all companies that it's like $4,000 or $5,000. The difference doesn't really matter. It's just like they're not personally paying it. The company's doing revenue in probably millions of dollars. So it's like, it just gets lost in the sauce. So they're more concerned with like, hey, is it easy? Are they great? Is it just fun to work with them? Okay, if that's the case, sign me up. So that's like, we have the Clip Basic and this is the Clip Pro, which is current terms. And it's like Clip Pro, $5,000 a month. You get your like account manager, you get the top tier trained by us for 6 months. They have years of experience. Just like the Navy SEALs of the editing world. And that's,
you can switch editors. You're in our Slack.
Right.
It's got all these things that like businesses want, but like an Ali Abdaal doesn't need. Like he's got his own Slack, he's got his own flows, like, right? He doesn't need to be working with us on Clipped Pro. He just needs awesome editors referred by us, vetted by us.
Yeah. And so the one I'm actually using, Charlie Munger has this this quote that's basically like, you don't want to buy, well, basically Warren Buffett, when he and Charlie Munger came together, greatest investors ever, if you don't know, they came together. Charlie was going off this old school thought of like buying these crappy companies for a really good price. Basically, it was like a fair business for a good price. I don't like that smirk, dude. I don't like that smirk.
I'm on the brink of getting the giggles, and I'm not going to do it.
A fair business at a good price. And then Munger comes in. He's like, yo, Warren, you got it all wrong. You want to buy a good business at a fair price. Wait. Did I fuck that up? I might have fucked that up. Hey,
Oh.
let me rephrase it. Basically, like,
Rewind.
you don't want like a decent product super cheap. You want a great product at like a good price. So that's sort of the framing is like, if you want a good product super cheap, you go with the basic. If you want this best in the world at a good price, like, it's not going to be, you can probably find better prices elsewhere, but that's just like not a thing. Then you go to pro. Hey, butchered
Hey,
that.
dude.
We're working on the copy, dude.
Dude.
We're working on the copy.
Dude, who cares? The
Who cares?
sentiment, it was all there. I
The
got it.
sentiment's there.
I got it. Clipped Pro, Clipped Basic. We are capturing, because you know what we're sick of doing? We're sick of not winning in business. All right. So now we're gonna go
Yeah.
we're gonna capture all the businesses that work so well with us, and then we're gonna go and capture the consumer.
I've had a lot of
just capture them all. Gotta capture them all.
Okay, one good thing for us going this route is looking at Zach, and he's kind of doing some
Call
brand
him
deal
out.
stuff. He's like, brand deals kind of suck because you got to do all these emails back and forth, and then they'll pay like this one that he's talking about. They're like, yeah, we'll pay you $5,000, and then like basically $50 for every sign up. And it's like,
Easy.
what?
Well, that's terms that other companies could use against him if they hear, hey, dude, price only goes up.
It doesn't matter, dude. He didn't agree to this. This is just like what they proposed.
Yeah.
But so he's going to me and he's like, fuck, dude, this is like, I don't want to have to negotiate this and go through all this stuff. It's like, I'd rather just sell my own shit. Like, he's promoting his newsletter now, and then he can just like sell whatever he wants to the newsletter. It's just like, unless you have an agent and everything's just spoon fed, or you have these long-term relationships, it's just so much easier.
But even still, okay, this is why AdSense is beautiful.
I had a point, dude. I got a point. I got
really quick.
Table it.
AdSense is great because that's just like free money for doing what you're doing. The problem with selling other people's products, we realized this when we got there, is it's short-term minded. Because if I'm selling you Whole Foods soda in my shorts, it's like, yeah, people are going and buying that from Whole Foods, and then Whole Foods bottom line is increasing, and then the multiples on their business are increasing on top of that. So you're just making Whole Foods a better, more acquirable business, and you're doing nothing for yourself. Yeah, you're getting like $20,000 up front, but now it's like, no, we get millions of views. We have a good product. Let's make it better. That's Clipped. Now, when people come to Clipped, we get the revenue. Because we have the revenue, we get higher multiples if and when we exit this business. Like, the business grows. So it's just, and you own the asset. So it's like, just like, why would you sell other people's stuff?
And this is where our chips come in, because we're like, oh, we basically tried to sell this thing, and we just got negged constantly of like, dude, you'd be lucky to get $1 million for this business. And like, you're out of your fucking mind. But what I realized is with our clips, this is what that friend Yuri I talked about before. He does have some good advice here and there. And this advice was like, hey, what you want to do with your clips on Twitter or on YouTube in this case is create the runway, the Balenciaga runway, just the best, craziest clips that like no one can see on the internet.
Easy, and then when you sell 1.0.
Yeah, that was like deep. This was a year ago. Hey, when we do our 2022 recap, we'll talk about this moment. But when we were completely lost with what we were doing, because we'd have these crazy clips that just wouldn't work with clients, we can do those on our own stuff because we know every video we put out is gonna get viewed, so it's worth going crazy. And then we're known as the best videos on the internet, so people come to us not to buy the runway outfit, but they want to just buy like the cool Balenciaga t-shirt. It's like, okay, yeah, we got our t-shirts. If you want the basic one or the pro one, here you go on Clips. Or in the future, ideally we have a little like newsletter too, which is, I don't know if we want to do it around virality. Oh, we also had this other idea. Hey, we got a bunch of ideas.
Throw them out.
This other idea is like listening to Growth Assistant, which is another company we're copying. They basically embed growth marketers in your company from overseas. Everything's a two-sided marketplace. So you need supply and demand. Supply of editors in our case, and demand of people trying to buy or subscribe to editors on the other. So we get the demand side pretty well with our YouTube channels, but like supply side, we basically just have referrals in our company to get a lot of people. I don't even know how that whole process works. Granted, that's like our whole business, so we should probably optimize that. But one of their tricks is they have a TikTok, and that TikTok is geared towards Filipino marketers, or like it's just like geared towards, hey, come work with Growth Assistant because we're going to give you awesome jobs and such. So it's like, could we do the same with our own TikTok of like, hey, let's break down really cool animations, and it's whether it's our videos or other videos people just find on the internet. Like we have a channel in Slack doing exactly this. So just like, is there someone on our team that would be stoked to make a TikTok channel just breaking this stuff down? Or
Sorry, dude. Sorry. Giggles almost
dude, that
came out.
that one came out, dude. You were holding it together.
Dude, that's a cack. That's a cackle. Huh. Sorry,
What?
dude. Finish your point.
Do you want to be that TikToker, dude? I'll send you to the Philippines.
No, completely unrelated. I was actually thinking about this podcast because I like this podcast. And I was thinking we should put together an Excel sheet that's an agenda. And then I was thinking if we just both dumped one-liners, thoughts into that agenda sheet, I was just thinking of some of the one-liners that would be on there that would mean nothing to anybody, but would mean something to us. And a giggle slipped through.
That's sick, dude.
That's
really
happened.
sick. You know,
That's
the
what
best
happened.
conversations are when it's just one person talking, the other person not listening. That's
Inside your
those
own
are my
head.
favorite, dude.
Yeah. No, I heard it all. I just let a giggle slip.
That's all good, dude.
So the TikToker.
It's a safe
yeah.
space here.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have someone on a Filipino TikTok, or maybe we'll create an Excel sheet and have one-liners. I don't really know.
Unrelated.
Those are just threads. But what we do know is we can sell this product overnight, and now we can build like the more scalable version with the website. And then what products next, we don't know. But it's going to be a lot more fun to promote our own stuff that actually grows the value of the company, which could be sold.
Oh yeah,
or we just make it
that's what
awesome
I was
for
gonna
40
say.
years.
We were being kind of silly for a while. We realized it's actually a fantastic business that runs itself with really good margins that we've never marketed, and it just sells itself.
Yeah.
Like we're hearing about these tangential companies, they have to do like weeks of sales calls, they track this. Granted, they're like optimized to all hell, but it's like we're sick, Pop. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh wow! I thought
That's
you were
what
gonna go a full sentence there. And then you just cut
little
right into the
murmur sentence, a little.
Dude,
Just a,
it's still
just do a little-
technically a sentence. Though. That's sick.
well, but it's a murmur, it's a whisper.
Let me just check really quick. I
No,
think
dude, we
that's-
got to keep these 30 minutes tight for Slick Rick.
Oh, we're at 32. Gotta lose.